So hello guys, in this video I want to show how you can make any text follow any type of curve. You could make your own custom curve or a path, and you could also use like your own text and even change the text color, or you could even hide this text, or you could even hide this line so that this curve looks like there is no line in here. And then you could even make it word by word, so instead of having this like letter by letter which has like no space, you could turn it into word by word so that there is like space between. So let's quickly get started. And before that, I actually have a template on my website which I haven't uploaded yet, but it would be for free. So something like this, it would be available on my website where you could just go and download it. So first thing first is you need a curve for it. So there's actually a way that you need to make the curve. And one of the easiest way I will show is go to vectorpr.com. It's a free online vector tool. You could use Illustrator, you could use Affinity, anything that you want. I'm going to use vectorpr so that it's easy to explain you guys. And then you could basically use like any size. So I'm just going to go with, let's go full HD like this. And then take the pen tool. And then you need to start making the curve with the pen tool. Now I don't remember which direction that I have to start from, so let's just, for now, let's just go from the left to right like this. I don't remember which direction I made it, so let's go something like this. So I'm going left to right. Okay, let's even do a curve just for fun. Maybe not this huge. And you could see this is how it looks, but you could see there is some line making around here, and that's because there is a fill applied here, but we don't want any fill. So I'm just going to set it to none. And then we have stroke. So this stroke is basically, if I let's say click anywhere else, you would see the stroke. One thing is you can increase the stroke in here, but I also show how to change it later. So let's just keep it 1 pixel for now. And the color is black right now, but we will also be changing it so that we can use Elementor. So we can basically use Elementor's this stuff to change the color. So for now it doesn't matter. So I just made this curve, but after that select your shape or whatever you have made, go to object, artboards, and fit to artwork bounds so that it's perfectly this size. There is no spacing and all extra. And one more thing is, right now it's called shape 1 and it's called layer 1. So you can name it anything in here. So it's important that you name it something. For now, I'm going to keep it shape 1 and I'm going to keep this layer 1 like this, just to show you guys how to change it later. But if you don't want to change it later, this is what you need to do. You need to select this shape and place it up so that it's not in this this folder. Delete it and just name it something, for example dm-curve, something like this, and then export. But for now I will do it this way so that I can show you how to change it later. So first thing, we do file export and we do SVG, call it as, I'm going to call it a curve tutorial, something like this, and keep everything same, like don't change anything, and do save. Now this curve tutorial, just right click and do edit with notepad. Now there are a few things that you would see, and again this is nothing but SVG is nothing but code, right? So for example, if you copy this code and then go to your Elementor, add an HTML widget like this anywhere. Let me create like a empty one in top. I'm not going to use the new containers, okay? I don't like it, so let's just use the old version. The new ones are good, but they the version for like these containers are good, but they keep breaking a lot in every update. So I'm just going to wait till they get like better. So for now, I'm not using atomic elements. I'm just using the default ones. And let's add our HTML widget in here and paste this code, and you would see we get this stuff like this. But this is not what I want to do. So we'll go to the code like SVG tutorial. This is the V box. So this is basically the size of the, what you call the artboard, like this size, whatever size it is. There's style in here. We will remove this completely. So you could say it's set to fill none, and then it's set to stroke, which is black color, and this is, I don't know what this is. So I'm just going to remove this style completely. And then you would see there's a group ID layer 1 and group 1. This is the same as this group and the same name as this. So again, if you remove this, I don't know if it matters to keep it or not. I didn't write, so it's up to you. I'm going to remove the group, and then we get a path. Now a path is like very huge, right? It looks complicated, but it's very simple. It has the ID, which is the same as this one, like shape one. Then we have this term, you can just ignore this. Then we have class. We will remove this because we don't want to use this class anymore. And then if you look at this is like very huge, right? And what this is basically this points. So you know, each point that we created, like how this point is, where the curve is, and all that stuff. So again, we don't need to worry about this stuff. Now what we'll do is, before this / we'll do space. I'll give you this code too on my website. This is like very basic. We'll just copy it, and this is nothing but simply a easy way to just style it directly in here instead of creating, you know, the CSS classes. And what this is basically doing is, we are saying fill transparent, we are saying stroke should be current color. This current color is basically provided by this Elementor's icon, so this one. So whatever color you add in here, it will basically add it here. If you set it current color to fill like this, it will also change. If it will also do the fill color. So for example, this fill color, you could say this, it would also do like this color with Elementor. But as we don't want any fill, I'm just going to set this to transparent stroke, and this is a stroke width, and you could change it to whatever you want. I'm just going to do 0.5. It's up to you. You could even like just do it in here. Okay. This is how thick your strokes are going to be, and this is all we need. So I'm just going to do Control S, or just to save. That way our curve is now saved with this new properties. Okay. But there is one more step that I forgot to do. That is, remember when I told you to change the name around here? You could see we need to actually change the name around here and call it whatever you want. Okay, it doesn't have to be this one. You could call it anything. So I'm just going to call it DM curve. Let's copy this. Actually, no, not copy, just save it. Once you've saved it, we will go to our Elementor, and we will add an icon widget. And again, I'm not using the new atomic elements. Okay, it's very buggy right now. Like, I'm not using the SVGs and all that stuff. Maybe in future I'll update it. And there, this is where you'll upload it. If it's not allowing to upload and saying that if it asks for like filtered upload, then just say allow. If it's still not allowing it, then you probably need to install a plugin which allows SVG uploading. So I'm just going to drag my curve tutorial and add it in here like this, and to insert into media. Nothing's going to show because we need to give it a color. So let's give black, and let's increase the size and do fit to size, and you could see we get something like this. Now one issue is, if I use let's make this full width. Okay, this container, and I also remove the padding so that there is no like gap, so it touches like left to right completely. This. And one thing is, if you look in here, if I let's say do 400, the problem is if I increase the screen size, it's not doing the same stuff, right? I have to set this into center. So you could see that it's going to be different based on the screen size, and we don't want that. So what I'll do is I'll change this into viewport width, which is saying that based on the left to right size, I want this much size. So I can just say 22 maybe, and do like this. And now you could see that it actually scales properly. And because if you do, you know, pixel size, and you say that be certain size, then in widescreen it would not be the same, because pixels are different for different screen sizes. So if you do viewport width, it would be based on the screen sizes. And again, let's see, the color is also working, and you could set this to transparent if you want it. Next thing is use an heading widget. Again, the old version, okay, version 3, not the new version, like not this atomic element one. And add your text, and you could obviously style it however you want, whatever font you want. Okay, let's do blue and all that stuff. Now the next step is going to my website, and I would provide a code. Now this, I haven't uploaded the page yet, but you will find it when I upload the page, like publish the page. There would be a section something like this. It would have all the CSS classes that I've used and all. And let's go in here and let's just copy this one, not this page, but there would be some other code which you will copy like this. And basically in the HTML widget, you will paste it. Right now, this is not the code that we will use. So I'll provide this code in description in my website. You will go in here and basically paste it. Let me explain the code first. Now it would not work directly because in my code, if you look in here, if you go down, I have a split text. Basically it's saying that take the text and split it into each character, and I've set it to be DM text. And if I go down, it says path and align. Now remember that we haven't used any like DM text and any curved path around here. So what we should do to change it? Now first thing is you will take your text and give it the CSS class called DM-text, whatever it is around here, right? DM text. But for me it would not work because I'm already using it in here, right? So I already have a DM text here. So it would work for you if you're doing it for first time, but I'll show how to do it for the second time too. So I'm simply going to change the code and say DM text 2. Okay, let's copy this and give my CSS class here DM text 2. Okay, it would still not work because right now what I'm saying is take this text and follow this path. But remember in our curved one, I called the path DM-curve. So I need to copy this and basically replace this DM curve, DM-curve like this. The reason why I'm showing you is so that you know which to change and what to change. Go in here and basically just paste the code again and do publish. There's another thing also that about this I need to tell you, but let's just check first if it works or not. And you could see it is going from right to left. Now keep that in mind, okay? I started making from left to right, so it's doing this way. And you can see it is actually moving perfectly going outside. If we check in inspect and then go to like a wider screen, it's now still going nicely. You could see the spacing between this. I'll show how to change it for different screen. Now one thing to keep in mind that this one is basically think of it as installing GSAP on that particular page, but you could see I already have it here and I also have it here. So we don't need to do it multiple times, like we don't need to install it again and again. So you could remove it if you are using some other GSAP stuff. Like you could remove this GSAP, but this one is renewed split text. Basically it would split the text and motion path, which is for moving the text along the path. So based on this, you could choose which one to remove and which one to not. Basically don't have multiple copies of it. That's what I'm saying. So if you're already using GSAP with my other templates or just add it yourself, you could remove this, but make sure to keep split text. If you already have split text, then remove it like this. So let's keep everything for now and let's see some configurations that we can do. So just keep this in mind, right? That you need to tell which text you want to split and then where you want to move it, like this curve. Now if you go down in the code, we have something called like this code, like if size and all that. You could see it says mobile, tablet, desktop, widescreen. It's not much visible here. It should be in purple like this in Elementor. You could see purple. So now DM stagger this value controls how far the letters are to each other. So for mobile, I'm doing 0.3. What this also means is that the text when A comes, after 0.3 D comes, after 0.3 D comes. So each letter has a difference of 0.3 seconds. So that's how the spacing works. So you basically reduce the timing between or gap between like each animation. And this is the duration. Basically it takes 5 seconds to go from this to this. And based on the duration and stagger, your text would be like how much apart they are or how much close they are. So this both values you need to play around until you find something that works. This is for mobile, this is for tablet, this is for desktop, and this is for widescreen. So anything above 1920 pixels would be for this one. So for example, if you want it to be longer, then you would basically say that 10 seconds, but you will also need to increase the stagger duration. next we already saw that this one is basically splitting DM text2 into characters. So each letter, we basically set it to be 0 pixels, or not 0 pixels, sorry, 0 opacity at start, so it's transparent. You don't have to worry about all of this. Now we have align origin. This one is basically like where you want it to be, where you want the text to be shown. So for example, this is showing above line, right? It's showing above line. If we turn this into 0.5, if we turn both of these values to 0.5, so think of it this way, that if this is your letter, okay, so if this is your letter, whichever letter you have, okay, B, C, or whatever, if you do 0.5, it would be in center. If you do 0.5 then and 1, so 0.5 comma 1, it would be like this angle. So basically if you do 0.5, 0.5, it's in center. If you do 0.5, which is like x-axis, and then in center, and if you do 1 and y, so it would be around here. So 0.5 comma 1 would be this one, like 0.5 from here and 1 from here. If you do 0.5, or if you do 0.5 and then 0, it would be like this here, because 0.5 and then 0 from here. So if you check this as 0 to 1, and then this one also 0 to 1, then you could think of it as 0.5, and then if you do 0, it would be around here. So what this also means is that if you set it to 0.5 space 1.2, you can even add some spacing between like this line, and if you set this to, let's say, 1.2, the second value, mostly you would not be worried about like the first value, it's only the second value that you would be worried about. You could set the distance from, the line, so you can even increase it, decrease it based on the line around here. Rest of the stuff you don't need to worry about. Let's now see how we can change to word by word instead of text by text, letter by letter. So if you go down in the code, you will see it said type characters. All you need to do is type here words, okay, copy this and split dot words like this to in GSAP to split dot words. So three spaces, we basically turned it from character to words. If I now paste it in here, you would see it's now word by word. Basically now, instead of having like a letter in here, we basically have let's say a rectangle like this, and this is like the full word. So it would be add like your, like this, and which means that we'll also need to increase the stagger, and also only increase the stagger for now, because I want it to be 5 seconds, but each word should have certain distance. So DM stagger for right now only doing for desktop, but you will need to play around with it and figure out for each one of them. So I just turned the DM stagger to 0.2, so each word would have a difference of 0.2 seconds between them. So again, play around with it until it works nicely. This is also how you can decide the spacing between them. So each word has like a gap between it. So yeah, that's all. I don't know if anything else is needed. Again, we need to change the values for everywhere for it to work nicely, okay? So yeah, that's all for this video. You could even hide this curve so that it doesn't show. And yeah, I think that's all for this video. Goodbye.